Welcome everyone to installation seminar. This is also known as we merged modules 1 and 2 of how to really take what you have and be massively successful. What I can tell you about just applying yourself and having a winning mindset is if you want to really help a lot of people, know that it happens when you can put it in your mind and make a decision that you're going to take just massive action. The hard part is done. You've already gotten your equipment. You're already on this journey. So just know that you have something very special here, and that it is your moral responsibility to make a difference in these people's lives. You have the tools. You have everything it takes. So just decide right here, right now, you're going to go all out. You're going to go all out, not just a little lot. You're not going to you're not going to stick your toe in the water and have it just to see how it works or to see people's response. Just know from tremendous experience that you have something very special. Go all out. Go completely. Shout it from the rooftops. Sing it from your soul. You have something that is going to make an impact, not only certainly in the people's lives that you're touching and those people, but their families. A lot of these people will initially come in to look good, feel good, but they're going to leave with their health restored, with their life transformed, with their energy, their gait, their face, their whole being is going to be often returned to sincere vibrancy. That's why your pricing should be set at a level that is consistent with the value that you're offering. One of the things, and you should be taking good notes here, one of the things that you should really realize is do not be timid or shy about your pricing. Know that the more that you charge, the more people will take you seriously, the more they want it, the more they're going to see the value. Don't ever try to compete with anyone on pricing. That's a trap. That's something that you initially can get into, but it'll be nothing but a lose, because somebody could always charge less money than you. Somebody could always beat you on pricing, but what they can't beat you on is value. So you're gonna do this. You're gonna do this program right. You're gonna do it. I know a lot of you use the same nutritional detox we do, and I know Dorothy, you're over there in California. And by the way, Dorothy, she's a botanical expert, and she uses something else. But most of you all on this particular training call, we use the same powerful nutritional detox. Just know this. There is no better system. I was in primary care for years. I've seen a lot of these patients, with the explosion of the obesity, and we all know what the consequences of that. Can you mute that, please, Carrie? I am. Know that these are not just statistics. Yes, the numbers are explosive. Yes, you're in the right industry. Yes, there's a massive need for this. But know this. Of all the stuff out there, there is no better way. We are impacting human beings and their families, and see them as being able to do that. So let me just cut to the chase here. Zarina, you with us?
Yes, I am.
So we have these forms. The whole idea of taking the right intake form. First of all, let me just set the right intention. You want to have the right. Yeah. You can mute yourself because it's very noisy over there. Please, Zarina.
Oh, that's not me.
Okay. Let me just mute everyone else out for the time being. Let's see. Did I get that? Yes. Okay. Thank you. When you first speak to somebody on the phone, did you ever call a company and they just have like tremendous quality, excellent customer service? You can just hear it in the voice. It just really becomes transmitted. You can recognize that here is a quality company, a quality person. Know that it starts with the very first phone call and the energy that you put into it. Have your staff, if you're just getting into this kind of arena, or even if you've been a successful practitioner, have your staff put in a mirror by the phone and really smile through the phone because it comes through. Here's the deal. This is elective. This is cash dollars. This is not like I'm going to my local HMO and the insurance is covering. These are cash patients. So they have choices. What you need to know is, number one, that you have the very best service money can buy, period, the end. You need to really convey that. Let it come through even from the very first phone call. You must connect with people first before you start with any kind of sales process. Recognize them as people first. Communicate and connect with them as people. They have to have that some kind of connection, some kind of similarity, some kind of, wow, this person is like myself. They get me. They understand me. You have to convey this to the person who takes that phone call. For some of you, you're part of our group where we're actually taking your phone calls. So when somebody makes that initial phone call, your purpose is to get them for a consultation. Book them immediately for a consultation. And you do that, best way is to really outsource it, have somebody who really is not part of the office say, I'm just here for I'm just taking the appointments. What's better for you? Monday and Wednesday, morning or afternoon. Just that person who knows nothing about pricing, knows nothing really. Oh, I don't know anything. I'm just here to take appointments, ma'am. I'm just make sure I'm taking accurate information. What is better for you? I have an appointment in the morning or the afternoon tomorrow. Which works better? I was with one of our clients, a couple days ago, this weekend. They answered the phone for a consult. They spent all this money on advertising. And they answered, how would Tuesday at 3 o'clock work? That's like a classic example of what not to do. You never give them one. So their mind is going to think, well, they're thinking in their mind, well, Tuesday at 3 o'clock work. No, that doesn't work. A much, much, much better way of doing it is say, what's better for you? You know, the alternative close. You're giving them choices. So now you're directing their mind, which one is better? Not a yes. Don't ever ask a yes or no question. Is it morning or afternoon? So you need to understand this, and it's better to outsource it to a third party or somebody who, when they walk in the door, and they're going to say, hold it. Aren't you that person who just answered the phone? Aren't you that person who just told me you didn't know about the pricing? It's clearly, so you lose all kinds of credibility right off the bat. You lose integrity. So you want to be consistent and let them realize that you really don't know, that you're just there to make the appointment. And so the whole purpose of it is that you could have the most wonderful staff, obviously have the most amazing program, but if they don't get to see you, understand your sincerity and your ability to help them, because you're going to give them some piece of information that they're going to go Google and look up, and they're going to think they know it all, and they're going to say, there's no mystery, there's no intrigue, you're not just piquing their interest to get them in the door. You want to get them in the door. You want to connect with them as human being first and foremost. Get them in the door, and when they come in, greet them as a person first and foremost. You're going to invest your time with a new client as a human being first and foremost before you ever try to sell anything. You put your energy, your focus, your intent on feel that sense of compassion. Zarina and I, we have this good friend. Zarina, remember how Fab Mancini, Dr. Fab, was telling us that whenever somebody comes over to you, always have a sincere sense of compassion for the first person. Let them really feel like, they're going through their own struggles. They're going through their lives, and who knows what's going on with their wife, their ex-wife, or their kid, or whatever's going on in their wife. Your intent, should you just go to this place of sincere compassion and connect with them from that place, it just creates a real sense of it takes the walls down and just lets them, they feel it. People were very highly developed emotional, spiritual beings, so we can sense these things. We can sense if somebody's just trying to sell us on something and it's just in their own best interest. So when you communicate to someone, do so from a place of initially compassion. Zarina, would you agree with that?
Oh, yes, I was just going to say, come up from a place, allow them to feel that you truly care about them and you really want them to get results and you're here to help them.
Zarina, I
And
don't see you on video. Is that on purpose?
I'm not sure what happened. I was on video. Do you see me now?
Yes, there you are.
Okay.
There you
Hi.
are, everyone.
Thank you much.
Your friend.
Yes. So I was just going to say, come from a place of care, come from a place of knowing that the patient has to feel that the client has to feel that you truly care about them, that you really want them to get the results. And once you take care of that and the client really feels that, they're going to continue bringing you referrals. They're going to continue coming to you and giving you testimonials, and they will look out for you eventually too. It's not going to be just a one-way street.
So I know maybe even initially, you have overhead, you have expenses, you want to make the sale, and sometimes that becomes the priority. But I promise you, if you come from this place first and foremost, it'll just know that this is just such a powerful, and you'll feel better about it yourself. You'll feel like you're making an impact with them on an emotional level. That I have that old saying, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And that is just so true. So remember for your staff, make it a hallmark, benchmark component of who you are as a person, who you are as a company, because people really just emphasize that. Talk about it in your staff meetings. Talk about it to yourself. You know what? I'm in this business for the right reasons. Yes, we do need to make a living, but come from that place. I just have tremendous numbers of hours of clinical. I've been to thousands and thousands of hours of practice management experience. I've run literally $1 million practices myself, on a primary care level, just high volume, I just have tremendous, deep, deep, deep experience in this field. I've attended countless practice management, top facilities all over the country. So I do speak from a place of experience and awareness, and I know what really works to help to make a massive impact in people's lives. So in terms of an intake form, here is the deal. You can call it even a stress survey. Yes, you want to know, you want to hear this little slide here. It talks about being an emotional detective, right? You want to be an emotional detective. You want to understand where they're coming from on an emotional level. Hey, what brings you in the door? What has changed in your life in the last 6 months? What has changed? What has changed? What is going on a core level? And a lot of people will try to give you trite, politically correct answers like, oh, I just want to just lose these little inches here. Often it's a much deeper thing than that. Often it's a much more personal, more vulnerable answer. It could be something as simple as, my husband does, you want to really get real with them. And by understanding their deeper emotional reasons, the root of their motivation, what is it, and you want to understand, well, how long this has been going on. So your intake forms, and we have we have versions of it in our password protected marketing vault. And by the way, you should have that certainly at our the website, the LipoLite Pro website. The password is LipoLite Pro System. LipoLite Pro System in lowercase letters. These intake forms are there. You want to get a sense of where they are emotionally, and then magnify and delve into that. So if this has been going on for, say, any length of time, you want to get them to a point where they feel really emotionally vulnerable with you. Because guess what? You are a person of impact. You're going to transform their lives. And you're going to see this over and over and over again. This is what gives you the joy. So maybe they're going to reveal that maybe when this all started, when they were in middle school, when they were embarrassed and they were always suffered from the stigma of being overweight or having some kind of physical situation with them, where it all started there. So you want to bring them back to when it first started, if you all can. It's called an ISE, an initial sensitizing event. Go back to, how long have you been feeling like this? Oh, just my everyday. They'll try to minimize it. But you take that situation, you take that feeling. We're in a feelings-based business. So become an emotional expert, if you will. Even if you're a guy, get in the language habit, get in the habit of communicating on an emotional language level. Get in the habit of even looking up a thesaurus of emotional words. Get in get into the habit of communicating how people feel. They feel angry, they feel upset, they feel ashamed, they feel vibrant. You want to get them, if anybody's feeling poorly, get them. We're here to help them. And so people just need to get to the core of their emotional things, and then you magnify it. So what does it feel like when it's at its worst? Some people, they call this a it's almost like what they do in the military. They break them down. You know, that's what they do at Ellis Island or the Marines. They break them down emotionally, then they rebuild them back up. That's exactly what you're doing. You want to understand, have them magnify what it feels like at its worst, so they can be ready to receive the solution for them. What you know is that you have a very powerful solution. They need to understand.
I wanted to add, Dr. Mike, I was actually watching this nutritionist this morning, a video on this nutritionist, and she was saying the way she connects to her clients by simply asking them, how does it feel when you put on clothes in the morning?
Nice.
And she said most of the time, the response is always the same. It's embarrassed to go outside. And she says just from that, she's able to connect with them and say, I'm here to help you. I'm here to change that for you. So it's
If they reveal that in that very moment, they're not going to want to go down the block and try to tell this to somebody else all over again. So if they recognize it, just stop. Don't try to just roll over that. Stop for a moment and receive what they're telling you. Allow them to talk. The more that you can allow people to talk, the more they're going to open to you, the more they're going to trust you. And that's basically selling themselves. They're giving you the understanding, the insight into the workings of their mind and their heart of what their true needs are. Here's the bottom line, people. We're here to, yes, you're here to make a living, but we have a very powerful sense of purpose here. You have the sincere ability to massively transform people's lives. And I'm sure that's going to be a really primary driving purpose for you as you move into this field more and more and more. Yes, it's a very lucrative business. Yes, you're going to do very well financially. But just know that this is the real deal. And to the degree that you can become skillful and excellent and masterful at understanding the emotional component of this, this is a deeply emotional business. These are elective dollars. So when you can be skillful with this and become masterful at it, you want to connect not only their emotional motivating factors, but also their health concerns. So part of your intake form should be addressing what is your concerns about your health. Often it could be other things like high blood pressure. It could be my mother has severe diabetes and I watched her go through a lot of suffering, or it could be, well, my family has an issue with cardiac disease. You want to understand where they're coming from on a health aspect, a health survey. Some people, in fact, call it their health survey. You want them to put their meds down. You want to, because a lot of people, as you probably can recognize, are very highly over medicated. So you want to, you're not here to be, if you're not a physician, you're not here to play doctor. This is not about that. This is just a matter of understanding their overall health awareness. And you could even say, I'm not here to treat or diagnose any diseases. I'm just giving you general parameters in terms of what we're doing is we're detoxifying the body. And so you want to list in the questions in your intake health survey questions. What are their health concerns? Because this information you're going to be able to leverage this information. You're going to have a quick emotional, physiological assessment, whoever's doing the closing, before you even walk into that consultation room. You're going to have all the information right in front of you. You're going to know what are their chief core needs as a human being, what their chief core emotional needs are as it relates to their health. So if their mom has diabetes, that's a concern for them. So you can communicate to them about how, there's very high correlated rates between diabetes, as we know, and obesity, and how, obesity doesn't just happen overnight. It starts with a few pounds year over year over year. So what happens? They wake up a decade later and now they're obese. This is what's happening. So when you understand from their overall health aspect, as well as their emotional needs, you want to bring them to a place where, wow, you know what? This really is a major, sincere concern. And they've tried the Weight Watchers. They've tried, you want to go through the things that they've tried, and they need to realize they failed. They've been there, done that. They've tried everything, and it doesn't work. Well, this system is, you can even write this down. Our methods in this technology are completely unique. And because they are unique, you're going to get results that nobody else can match. And then they're going to, just leave a pause and just stop. And if they sign and they raise their head, you just go ABC, always be closed, and just go for the close. And we'll go into that for a second, but you just want to, they're basically acknowledging to you, okay, I want this. What do I got to do? What do I got to do? You're going to show them a package that you want to do, whether it be package A, B, C, or D.
Another good question to add on the intake form is, how will your life change when you receive the results you're looking for? Have them give you a brief description, so when you do the consultation for them, you can bring those description back to them. Oh, you said here you're going to get the job you're looking for. You're going to gain the confidence to go on a date. You're going to do this. You have to bring that, whatever they told you, bring it back to them on the consultation, during the consultation.
Excellent point. Yeah. So you want to bring them from a place of brokenness. This is where I've been struggling with. I'm just revealing to you. They almost feel naked in the terms of an emotional level, where you want to try to open it. Obviously, some people always try to play it cool, and they're not going to go there with you. But you can, in some way, if you can, show your own sense of vulnerability, and try, and you can overcome people's objections by telling. If you reach a wall and you feel that sense of resistance, you can always overcome objections. You remind me of just like Mary Smith, just like a few weeks ago. She had the same exact situation as you did. She had this feeling of this, and this. We have so many. You can certainly initially borrow our own success stories, but then you're going to find your own. So most successful practitioners, whether it be in this field or others, they're constantly communicating other stories about other successes, where it's not like you're selling them, you're just sharing with them this other person's success. And so people want to feel like you're just like this person. You remind me of this person and of their success. And certainly you can go through all of our testimonials and borrow those initially until you come in your own mind. You're just relating a series of this person, other third-party social proof. So,
keep in mind that the reason they're in your office is because they're in pain. They may not be physically in pain, but emotionally they're in pain. So during the consultation, and I've noticed like a lot of people like to talk about, they open up more about their pain versus something pleasure or positive that's going on in their life, because somebody's actually listening to them. So this is the time for you to really connect with them and find their pain point. Their just like what you said, Dr. Mike, to find out their why are they there, what's their pain point. This is the time for you to sit down and really connect with them and just listen to them. It could take about half an hour to an hour for you to just spend your time with them one-on-one, but this is going to be just one time, but just really focus on them, listen to what they have to tell you. And then by you giving them the intake form and what they filled out there and telling you what will change for them once they get the results they're looking for, towards the end, that's when you bring that back to them. Say, I know you said this is what's causing you pain. Imagine not feeling embarrassed. Imagine feeling completely confident, just like you said here. You will feel confident to go on that day, to get the job you're looking for, to whatever it may be, to go back to your high school size.
or to just show your ex what he's missing out on. Some people, you'd be surprised. A lot of people, they have this in their mind. They're there because that dirty rat over there, boy, did he mess up. So that's their motivating factor. Or, what is that? That celebrity in the news. Who is it? The Blake Shelton's wife or something. She's supposedly looking good, and everyone's like, oh, wow, he's missing out. And so here's an example of that. So get into the habit of communicating on an emotional level. Study emotional words. And then the other thing is let them know that you are the expert. Let them know that you are the specialist at this, and you can even use these words. And I don't care if let me tell you something. If you're doing this on a full-time basis, guess what? That makes you a specialist. That makes you an expert. So be that person. Assume that sense of authority. Communicate with power and conviction and confidence. I am an expert at this. I am a specialist. This technology has helped thousands of people. We've helped, even if you were just starting up, you can communicate with conviction and confidence because we are in 26 countries on 5 continents, okay? This is very powerful. And when you do it together with these methods and our technology and how unique it is, you will get results that nobody else can match. All right, so you can speak with power, speak with confidence. Assume this as you grow into this. I know you may be just getting going, some of you, and you're just trying to make your first sale or your first few sales, and you trying to make a deal. Stop that. Remember my words and just assume this sense of confidence and strength and let it come through you. Tap into your own highest level of resilience and power. Know that you have what it takes because you do. And know that you have the tools that you need because you do. So the other thing is, whenever you're reviewing everything they're telling you, you want to feed back what they tell you. People want to feel validated. So if they've told you this, and this about them, you're going to, just so I'm clear on what you're saying, you're going to say, just I want you to understand you, Mary. So what you told me is that you've been struggling with this since ever you can remember. What you're telling me is you remember even as a little girl how those kids, they bullied you on the bus, and you always felt that sense of shame. And they're going to be like, yeah. And you always felt inferior. You always felt like you weren't quite good enough. Is that what you're telling me? Or whatever, even if it's not quite that deep. What you're telling me is that gone through this difficult divorce or whatever it is, and you want to finally take your power back. Is that what you're saying to me? Or whatever it is. You want to feed back the 2 or 3 things that they've given you so they can really feel understood. This day and age, people don't feel understood. They don't feel heard. They don't feel recognized. They feel insignificant, even if they're seemingly a powerful person. And which you should be focusing on affluent people, right? If you're not focusing on affluent people, you need to stop the train and just realize that's where you need to be. You need to be focused on affluent people. I was looking at one of these books I'm reading here. I don't have it. Focus on the affluent. So even if they are a person of prestige and privilege and financial means, the people in their lives are probably busier than anyone. So nobody has time for them, even if they're seemingly a beautiful person or whatever. They don't feel validated. So when you're feeding back to them this emotional information that they're opening up to you, remember to speak back to them what they told you. It'll just resonate and it'll connect you to them. And they'll feel heard. So what you're saying is you experienced this, and this. Okay. And it was very painful. So you're going to push this. So that's what we don't want. On the other hand, imagine what would it feel like to be able to feel sexy again, feel desirable again, to feel energized and healthy again, so you don't have to worry about that diabetes. How would that be like? What would that feel like? If we were to help you achieve that, what would that feel like? So they call that, you want to bring them down over here, let them realize, oh my goodness, I really do have a problem. It's not just my everyday, people, they minimize it. It's not minimized. This is a serious problem. Magnify it. Let them realize they have it. Let them vibrate with it. Let them just stew in it and marinate it and horrible it is. On the other hand, what would it feel like to have, come to the promised land over here? What would that be like? Oh my God, I'd be like ecstatic. Then you're just going to pass over which program works better for you, A, B, C, or D, and let them decide. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. So these Jumpstart programs, so these sessions here, this has actually been tweaked. It's more like you need to go from 12, 14, 16, 24 sessions. It's been tweaked, the packages. So you're going to let them see exactly what it is. You should have this laminated and just let them realize that you're energizing these fat cells. It's creating these pores or openings. So the contents, the fatty acids, the glycerol, the water, they spill out, the cell collapses and shrinks. Some people even have it like on a big screen. They can even play that video showing the fat cell opening up and collapsing and shrinking. You want to let them realize that here's the deal. This is toxins. The body in its infinite wisdom stores all these toxins. And our toxic load is just so much more tremendous than even a few decades ago. There's like tremendous billions of pounds of chemical toxins being released into the atmosphere alone each and every year. It's just out of control. It's in everywhere. It's in all the pesticides, certainly all the herbicides, all the foods that we're eating. It's in the air. It's in the water. Our toxic load, in some offices, they have what's called a toxicity assessment. It's a toxic mega overload. The body in its infinite wisdom is storing these toxins in the fat cells, the adipose tissue cells. This is where it's really brilliant of the body in order to protect itself, it stores it in the fat cells. And so because we are so much more toxic than ever before, our body shapes are changing. Also, we're certainly eating a lot more calories than ever before, as well as having a lot less nutritional density within those calories, as well as being way over medicated. So between all these factors, so this form here, or rather this diagram, is able to very clearly demonstrate to the client patient here that it's it's a massive release of toxins out of the fat cells. Now you need a way to pull it out of the body. So that's why you need to stimulate the lymphatic system, and you need to use a nutritional component to really pull it out of the body. It's a 1, 2, 3 step. It's a 3-punch process. The technology, the device is releasing it, causing a collapsing and shrinking. This is a permanent shrinking. They're going to say, is this permanent? Yes, it's permanent in the sense that just like if you were to be exercising, you're thin and slim, and then you just let yourself go. It doesn't happen overnight. This is not like, say, a wrap. If you ever had a wrap done for, say, an event, and it comes back in a couple of days, that's water weight. That's not this. This is permanent and for all intent and purposes. So
and you need to explain to them, sorry, Dr. Mike, that you don't, if there are those that will ask you, well, will it destroy the fat cell? You have to explain to them that the fat cell is not meant to be destroyed. It's in your body for a reason. When the fat cell is destroyed, God bless the plastic surgeons. I know they've helped a lot of people, but there was even recently a New York Times article where those fat cells come back in another parts of the body. So you have to explain that to them. No matter what, those fat cells will come back. So you don't want to destroy the fat cell. You want to help those fat cells. You want to shrink them.
Yes, that's something you need to be aware of. Also, anytime you're destroying that normal natural balance between the adipose tissue cell and the hormones in the endocrine system, which is what is happening, when you're destroying it, you're interrupting that normal natural cycle. You're creating estrogen imbalances and thyroid disorders and endocrine dysfunction. So that's harmful to the body. So you never want to do that. This, on the other hand, is so much safer. It's so much non-invasive. Those other procedures, like the cool sculpting, for instance, that is truly a invasive procedure. Although they won't tell you that, they won't want you to really know that. That's truly an invasive procedure. It's creating hormonal imbalance. It's a problem for your body. This, on the other hand, is truly so that, people are much more motivated to not do something, to as Zarina was mentioning, they were much more motivated to act from a point of avoiding pain than they are of receiving pleasure. So they will more likely to even go with you if they have any sense of that other thing could hurt me than they would seek to actually even want something good for themselves, which is what we're doing. So we're not hurting the body. In fact, we're enhancing the body. We're restoring the tissue cell. We're saturating your tissue cells with powerful nutrition. We use moringa, and it just saturates the fat cell plus the detox component, which just works highly synergistically, as you know. Zarina?
Yes. No, I was just going to also say that they need to feel and they need to know that this is easy. This is extremely easy for them. It's a 3-step process. You get it done mostly in our office, on site. The only protocols that we recommend is not to drink alcohol and coffee, caffeine on the days they do lipolite. Then what will happen is the more they take the nutrition and the more they're detoxing their body, they will stop having certain cravings. So, and they will naturally want to eat healthy. They will naturally are going to want to exercise, and their energy level is going to increase. So they'll be more likely to want to follow what you're telling them versus instead of you telling them don't eat this, don't eat that, just help them follow what you're giving them, the nutrition, the lipolite, and the detox, which is the vibration unit, to engage the lymph system.
Well, the vibration unit plus the nutrition is stimulating, amplifying the detox. So you were saying that you're avoiding alcohol, and the reason for that is you don't want to overload the liver. That's why.
Just at least on the days they do lipolite. No alcohol, no caffeine. Drinking, and preferably 2 hours before and 2 hours after they do lipolite, have them not eat anything, but they can drink as much water as they want, or they can drink the nutrition.
So the protocol is to not have them drink alcohol. You do not want to have the liver work anymore. You're already creating a massive detoxification process by introducing alcohol now to process on top of it. And so people need to understand it from a logical level. You just tell them don't drink alcohol, they're going to be like, because whether you realize it or not, I was just reading this survey, this study, people drink a tremendous amount in this country. It's completely part of people's identity in terms of their social. So for wanting to go to this class, then you're telling me I can't drink. Now we got an issue here almost for some people. So you have to recognize that, and so just by being able to explain, to get your best results, your liver is processing all these toxins. You can be plain and simple. Look you're overweight because you're toxic. We're creating a massive detoxification here with this technology and this nutrition. In order to prevent overload of your body systems, you have to keep this simple. So temporarily, this is not permanent, just temporarily cease and desist, and instead allow the body to work and function at its maximum. The body can heal itself. Let's give it a real fighting chance here. So appeal to them from both a logical and as well as an emotional level. Give them the logical reasons why it makes sense for them to stop. So
we have a protocol sheet on our website under the marketing vault. So you can even have them print that or print it for them and give it to them when you close them with the package, and have them paste it like on their fridge or something, just so they can constantly see it. Okay, I'm not allowed to do this, I'm allowed to do this.
So here's like either an email, a simple sample email you can send out to people, or even in a flyer format of how do obviously that's a whole nother separate, we go into just a whole marketing thing. So this is just to get you rolling in terms of practical ways of doing consultations, as well as mindset, as well as, ideas that you can integrate this quickly into your office. So emails that you're going to be able to find, whether it be flyers, postcards, inserts in newspapers. I have somebody right now who's just dropping 20,000 postcards in different highly selected zip codes. Uh, Again, just to make the phone ring. And by the way, when you're doing that kind of thing, you could do A/B tests. You can do, maybe you try one kind of offer one way, and then with a different phone number or a different code, mention this code or mention this discount offer number, so that you can track. The whole idea for that is to track. You can do it either by having it come in on a different phone number, or you can have a different mention this offer, a different code, to be able to track properly and correctly. So,
And I think we've already mentioned this in the past to maybe some of you or most of you, but our new marketing system is do not include the Lipolite logo or Lipolite name, or do not really mention what it is you're doing. Just call it a weight loss system. The reason is you don't want them to go and search other technologies. You don't want them to go and search your competition and say, oh, you know what, I don't know, iLipo is giving a Groupon right now. Let me go check them out and see what they're offering. So mention your business name and call it the weight loss system, introducing fast, new, easy weight loss system.
yes, so you want to be vague. You want to be, you don't want to necessarily mention Lipolite in your advertising, because even if you're not doing a Groupon, maybe somebody, even if they're in Canada, they did a Groupon and they just seemingly lowballed it. By the way, I know people who do Groupon only, and they make $100,000 a month only with Lipolite, by the way. So even if they're diluting the quality, seemingly the value, you never want to mention the brand of the technology, because they'll just go. There's no mystery. You want to keep it vague. You want to pique their interest. That's the whole point of it. So we have these new patient checklists. Certainly, you want to take, when you're doing the initial, you want to give them the nutrition, have them come back.
Is there a way to zoom into that? It's a little hard to see. I'm not sure if there's a way for you to zoom into it, or probably not, right?
Yes, I believe so. Let's see.
If you can, maybe we can send that slide over to everyone.
You can see that better, right?
A little better. Yeah, I mean, actually a lot better, but yeah, that seems better, yes.
Okay, so 9 plus number of sessions, new patient checklist. You want to know, you want to make sure that they have their nutrition. You want to do the measurements each time. You want to understand for them to anything they do outside of this. And a lot of people already will have their trainers. A lot of people will already be exercising. So they're having these problem areas. So you want to make sure that you're letting them know that anything they do outside will only amplify and enhance what's happening in here. So many people, they're exercising and they just have these problem areas. Now when they can do it together with this, it just massively creates a response where they never would have gotten. And let me tell you, after a certain age, I don't care how much you're exercising, with changes in hormones and endocrine levels, certain areas of the body is not coming off anymore, and it's not going to come off. So this is an excellent, perfect, ideal way to help those people. So when they're going back and doing their exercise, they're just going to see so much better results on their body. So we have people who are into training, and so they know anytime they do it, people who are trainers and they work with our Lipolite facilities, those trainers know that if they're on Lipolite and they're doing the detox program, the Moringa program, that they're going to just get much better results than not. So you want to have them take the nutrition home with them, let them come back in a full week afterwards, then they can start the lipo process. So you want to make sure you take your pictures and your measurements that first day when you do the consults, even if they're not coming back for a week. And they're going to want to even have that much more value for what you do versus offering some kind of freebie session. Hey, come in for a free session. There's no greater way to devalue what you're doing than to offer free of this. You can offer a free of something else, but not your main powerful tool. Make sure you want
the time to offer maybe a free session is if they bring you a referral and they send somebody, you know what, because you're sending in your mom here, I'm going to give you another free session because I want to enhance your results even more. I want to help you out. So or if let's say somebody comes in on their second session, oh my God, I'm noticing my clothes are a lot looser. You know what? Do me a favor. I know you're still new, you're still beginning with your packages, but can you give me a quick testimonial? At that moment, they're so emotional and they're so excited about it. Just take out say this is just for my office. It's not going anywhere, and just have them record them like. Say, can you say that on my camera, or start taking before and after pictures. Have them write the testimonial down.
For your own wall of fame, every single one of you should have a wall of fame. So these are all your before and afters, all your testimonials of existing clients. And if you don't have that, you can borrow from us initially. We've always had people do a wall of fame. These are people who have had tremendous success. And you can even go to like a camera store and get those little blurbs where they're coming up and they're showing their thoughts. Wow, I should have done this a long time ago. Best money ever spent. You know, it's good to have people to see what they're thinking or saying. In addition to, certainly you can put it in typed letters or type of what, oh my goodness, this is a testimonial that way. But you can also, in addition, do the blurbs. It just makes it fun, and people like fun. This is a fun business. This is a great fun business. So just to give you an idea, we have these different business cards, these complimentary. This is only for somebody who is an existing. You only want to give a freebie to somebody as a reward. So you want to set up a date. There's no better way to get energy moving in your office than setting a date with an event. You can do internal marketing, external marketing. Set a date. We have a whole separate training for you to be able to show you exactly how to do an event and the whole psychology behind it. Get your energy focused on that specific date. Have people offer a special bonus if they bring a guest. Okay, so this is what I want you guys to do. I want you to role play with each other. I want you to role play with each other as if you were doing the consultation. Whoever's doing those consults, role play as if they were doing the consult. Fill out the intake forms. Have different kinds of health issues as it relates to different emotional issues, and role play. We have a study. I want you to also read Dr. Diane's strategies on how to improve your patient conversion sales. It has a specific training. That's a very, very good one. Study that because it goes into the 8 emotional profile. There is 8 emotional, not even wants, but they're actually primal biological needs. These are 8 needs. 8 emotional. It's not simply Maslow's hierarchy of needs, not that. These go into, as it relates specifically to your lipo business, these core needs, the need for companionship. So every single person that you speak to, you need to categorize them into one or more of these needs and think of them in that way and speak to them. Even though you're speaking to them in any other way, you're speaking to that core need within them. Every word that comes out of your mouth, speak to that need, whether it be the need for companionship, the need for distinction. Some people, they need to feel like they're winners. Like, They have the power of red dress or the power, these are powerful people. They need to feel like they're people of distinction. Oh my goodness, just imagine what your friends are going to feel like, Sarah, when they see you. They're going to be so jealous of you. So that's just an example. So every single person has one or more of these needs. See them in that framework, in that paradigm. Speak to their needs in that way. That is Dr. Diane's training there. Zarina, would you like to add anything?
No, I was also gonna say, like, in terms of giving free sessions, motivate them. The way you motivate them is during the consultation. You ask them, how much weight do you want to lose? What's your target? Let's say they want to lose 20 pounds. Say within halfway through your sessions, if you lose at least 10 pounds, I'll give you an additional session free. And during that time, get a blackboard and write congratulations to so-and-so for losing this much weight. So when new patients come in, they're constantly seeing motivational stuff like that. Or congratulate them. Say, we have a location where he does is win an iPad, biggest loser win an iPad. And you want to motivate them, or win a gift card, win a free gift card to bring 2 friends for 1 free session or free consultation. But you want to constantly create like an excitement. You want to constantly create excitement, and you want to show them you're recognizing what they're doing, that they're following your protocol, that they're listening to you.
People love recognition. That is so true.
Yeah, people love recognition. So the more you recognize, the more you post it and say congratulations to this person for doing this. Congratulations for that person for bringing referral. They're getting this because they did that. So they're kind of it'll be good to attract more people that way.
In the same way, we're able to recognize everyone that's in this room right now, and even to those people who are listening and watching afterwards on video. I feel honored to be able to serve you guys. You guys are doing a wonderful. You guys are making an impact in the world, and I understand this is so much more than just simply a business. We have a powerful purpose here. So you should feel proud of yourself. I do recognize
you. That's good. That's a good point. That's good to see. Yes, we do recognize you guys, and we appreciate every single one of you. And but I was going to say, and another thing just to keep in mind, make sure every single client that walks in through your door is on nutrition first. I know we probably mentioned this to you in the past, but for 1 week they need to be on the nutrition before they even start with Lipolite. So that's important for your clients to know too, and it's important for you to have that nutrition on site when they sign for $2,500 or $3,000 packages. You want to be able to give them something to walk away with.
For those of you who may be listening, watching to this afterwards, it's on recording, who don't have that nutritional component added to their practice yet, call us. Call the 877 877-788 Lipo. We'll get you going with that. This is a third-party company. It is just thebomb.com. It is truly the best of the best of the best system. It's a simple system, as Zarina mentioned. There's an entire weight loss system together with body contouring. There is no better way. This is a very powerful, dynamic system. You have the ability, you have it in your hands to just change people's lives. This is a transformative business.
And when it comes to, sorry, Dr. Mike, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but when it comes to consultation, know that what we were mentioning before, listen to your patients. So you speak less, actually. For you, less is more. The less you speak, the better it is. Have them speak. You just describing what Dr. Mike mentioned. Just show them the fat cells. Show them your wall of fame before and after pictures. We have some of our clients. They don't even show them the machine. They don't even show them the technology, and they close them on packages. So you don't want to give them too much information where they're like, "Oh my God, I have to go think about this." Give them very little information, let them know this gets results, or they may even tell you, well, can you guarantee me results? And you say, yes, I will guarantee you my part. I will guarantee you everything that I'm telling you that I will do here today, I will do it for you. But I need you to tell me that you're going to follow your part. You're going to guarantee me your part. So can you guarantee me your part? You ask them a question with a question. Can you do that for me? And most of the time they'll say yes, and the way you know that they're guaranteeing your part by every time they come in, they fill out that intake form. Have you been taking this nutrition? Have you been doing this? What have you been drinking coffee? And for the most part, they're honest. Like you ask 1 to 2 times a week, or 5 to I don't know, 1 time a day, or and so on. So less is more. Even our, just so you guys know, for those of you who have received our new brochures, we're going to replace them. Last night, we actually changed them.
It's not the place for that.
No. Okay.
Know this, that what Zarina said is that you get their commitment. This is certainly after even you can swipe their card, then get into it with them of how to explain exactly how the nutrition comes. So you minimize it initially. You don't make a big deal about it at all. You just be very matter of fact about it. Get their, swipe their card, and then you go into the detail of exactly how to take the nutrition, explain it all, and get their commitment. Get really their commitment. I mean, you look them in the eye. Do I have your commitment? Do I have your commitment? I'm going to do everything in my power to help you be successful. I need your honest to goodness. I need your heart here. I need you to really tell me you're gonna show up. You're gonna really do this for yourself. This is an opportunity. Get their emotional, mental agreement, commitment from them. It's very powerful what you said, Zarina.
When it comes to the machine itself, when you put the patient on the machine, you have 2 options. You could put, if you have the SMT glasses, the light and sound technology, put it on them and have them listen to it for 20 minutes while they're getting the session done. Or you have an option to actually have a staff person sit down and connect with them, build rapport with them, find out what they're doing, find every single patient, a client that comes into your office has somebody else that needs this done. So this is the time for your staff person to build a relationship with them, what they're doing right, how they can help them better to achieve results faster. So during the 20-minute treatment, and you have an option to leave them alone and unattended, but we recommend for you to attend them for at least 5 to 10 minutes just so you can communicate with them. And of course, most of you know, like right after the consultation, you book the packages, you send them with the folder, give them the folder to your staff person and have them go measure their BMI and figure out how much when their session is going to start.
All right, so for your homework, I want you to role play with each other, your consults. If you need to be tweaked, I want you to call me. I'm at 212-518-8484. By the way, our customer service number, I am not for customer service. That number is 980-245-8363. That's our customer service number. That's 980-245-8363. Or you can email Carrie at lipolightproassist@gmail.com. Lipolightproassist. That's for customer service. Or that 98 number. Or if you want any strategic thinking questions and strategies and mindset and techniques, marketing, those kinds of, we're here for you. I'm at 212-518-8484. Again, that's 212-518-8484. So,
Dr. Mike, I just want to conclude this with one more thing. Know that every single patient, client that comes into your door is looking to get something done. So if they're not going to get it done with you, they're going to go look for somebody else. So your job is to close them. Your job is to, because compare yourself to the plastic surgeon next door. When we ask you to give a shocker price of $7,000 and say today only $2,500, but when you close today we give you an additional $500 off, the reason we tell you that is because you truly do have the best system. You can compare yourself to the plastic surgeon because the plastic surgeon is invasive, you're non-invasive, and you're still giving them the right nutrition, and you're helping them lose inches and weight. So remember that every single person, and let your staff know too, that walks in through your door, they're looking to get something done. They're coming to
getting it with you. They're gonna go somewhere else. Just know that.
They're gonna get it done somewhere else, no matter what.
They have a need.
Yes, and if they don't have the funds, we've mentioned this to you guys before. If you guys are doctors, we work with a finance company. They get approved regardless of their credit score, and we will also have connected to a credit card company that has 15 months interest free, I think, Dr. Mike, right?
It's 1 year interest free.
1 year interest free credit card. So you do not give them a free sessions or do not give them a discount, but say we have other options for you.
All right, we want to keep this tight here in terms of timing. We're going to see you next Tuesday at 1 o'clock Eastern. To be on the lookout for that email.
Right.
All right, guys? We honestly do feel it's a sincere privilege and an honor to serve you. Thank you for allowing us to help you. In the same way, make a decision to take massive, massive, massive action. Not a little action. You need to take massive, massive, massive action. And remember that. Thank you.
Bye.